Hello, Journey Academy community. Andy Davidson here, coming at you with an end of the year report as well as a sneak peek of what is to come in the fall for our community. So let me begin by expressing gratitude on behalf of all the staff at Journey Academy. We just want to say thank you for a fabulous year in so many ways. Each and every family at Journey Academy makes our labor a joy because of the way you all encourage us, because of the way you speak life, because of the way you forgive us when we make missteps and mistakes. There are 58 families that make up the Journey Academy community, and each and every one of you has been a tremendous blessing to us as staff as we do our best to create a safe and magical learning experience for your children, as well as to build community. And so we just want to say thank you so much. We realize that the unity and the peace that our community shares is really special. And a lot of it comes down to you guys honoring the parent contract, choosing to courageously have hard conversations, trusting your learners that the image of God is on them and that they can take charge of their own education, engaging with the guides in respectful ways, but also trusting them and having direct conversations when something concerns you. We are just so grateful for that unity and the peace that we have had this year with you all. So thank you so much for that. It has been a privilege to get to know your children, to speak of Christ to them, to set up fun and engaging games for them to learn, and to celebrate all of their failures and their successes this year. So many of you have been asking what's in store for the future of Journey. And so I figured I would give you a little bit of an update of where we're at and what's to come for next year. So we are super grateful to announce that all of our staff will be returning to Journey next year. We have just a really amazing dynamic among the staff, among the guides and the assistants, and we're just really grateful for that. So everybody plans to return next year, and there will be a few small transitions in roles. Most of the guides are staying put where they're at, but Katie Meisbauer, who many of you have met, she's been an admin assistant for us this year. She's going to be moving into a role that we're creating for her called the Director of Learning Design. So that's going to be over, in many ways, shepherding a lot of the guides and just helping with some of the tasks that I've been doing as head of school. I'm going to remain as head of school, but I'm also going to be splitting my time between the school and the counseling center, Counseling Life Coach Center, which I'll explain here in a minute. And then we're also bringing on staff Jenny McInturf, and she's going to serve as what we're calling a floater guide. Jenny is a Journey mama who Nathaniel has been with us for these last few years. She's going to be bringing over a couple of her girls to join us, and she's going to, she's been our Spanish coach and writing coach. She's going to continue on with Spanish and writing, collaborative core skills, as well as introducing some grammar games and composition practice in each of the studios with gamified like grammar and spelling and things like that. And she is just a treasure. I hope you all get to know her well. So that's pretty exciting for what's happening regarding the staff. Right now, we are in the throes of enrollment season. We are probably averaging 2 to 3 applications a week, and all of our studios are full. We have about 12 families on a wait list, and that seems to be growing every single week. And really our biggest thing that's holding us back is square footage. We just feel that we have a max capacity in each of the studios, even though the Acton Learning Design is meant for very large studios. And Montessori philosophy and Acton Learning Design encourages about 25 to 30 learners per studio. Now, square footage holds us back from having studios quite that big, but one of the reasons that we really do believe in a large adult to learner ratio is because we're always trying to equip those learners to take on leadership roles in the studio, and if there's lots of adults around, the chances that they're going to raise up and stand out as leaders are less. And so we are excited to build the school, but we only have spots for about 20 learners with this new year. And so each of our studios are full, and we are praying that God would provide a new facility so that we could open up enrollment and make a bigger difference for more families in our community. We have pretty much knocked down every door and made offers and looked at land and looked at churches and remodels in the hopes that we would have a new facility by the fall, but yet. Nothing has come to pass, and so we're just trusting that God is leading us to stay put for one more year at Shepherd of the Hills, and we're really grateful for the relationship that we have. The pastor of Shepherd of the Hills is a big fan. That's exactly what he says when he sees us, is I'm a big fan of Journey Academy. So they have a strong conviction in the value of Christian education, and they really love what Journey Academy is doing. So it's a great relationship. We'll sign the lease again, and we're just going to pray that God would provide a new building for us in the fall of next year, which leads me to kind of the future hopes and dreams and plans for Journey Academy. As many of you know, when the Voorhees and Davidson family set out to say yes to this crazy adventure, we knew that it was more than just a school. That yes, we did see the value in building a school, but we really wanted to build something even bigger than a school. We wanted to build a deep community that would provide a place for our children to grow, and that would impact our community and build the kingdom of God through three areas: through education, through counseling and life coaching and mental wellness, and then through business and entrepreneurial endeavors. And we are big fans of disruptive innovation. And if that's a new term to you, it simply means taking a system that may not be performing very well in society and disrupting the status quo by bringing some type of innovation that is very different than what has been happening. And so, as you can see, Journey Academy is a pretty disruptive form of innovative education, with kind of turning learning upside down, putting a lot of authority into the arms of the learners, equipping them to self-govern and be self-directed, and then taking on the role of a life coach rather than a didactic teacher as our guides do. And we have had great success with that. We love what we're seeing there, but that is phase one of what we feel God has called us to do. Phase two of our disruptive innovation has to do with the mental health industry. So, I knew from a young age, from my teenage years, that God called me to be a biblical counselor. My family had a history with foster care and adoption. I have 3 adopted siblings that all really struggled with attachment disorders and early childhood trauma. And God used that to build in me just a passion for what I call soul care, because I believe in many ways our modern industry of trying to bring mental health is broken. All you have to do is look at a few statistics and you can see what we're doing isn't working. And so just like our education system needs some disruptive innovation, we deeply believe that our mental health system needs some disruptive innovation as well. So that's what's leading us to launch our Journey Life Center, which will be a place where we build healing communities. And we have some staff that have gone through some life coach certification. Both Logan and Tally have completed their life coach certification, along with Becca Dickerson, one of our Journey Mamas, and that has been under the leadership of Dale Scott and his life coach organization called the Virtue Institute. They finished up their training all year long. They've been in training, and they're now certified and ready to launch their own life coach practices under Journey Life Center. And so we're super excited to announce this summer they are going to be launching some one-on-one life coaching as well as life coach groups. And we have 2 or 3 different groups. I'm going to direct you to our website where you can read all about those. And we're running them somewhat as beta testing groups. We're not opening Journey Life Center to the public until September, because we really want to test out some of these ideas with our own people in the Journey Academy community. So please keep your eyes open for that. For the website, the actual site won't launch till September, but built into journeyacademycolorado.com, you can just do /coaching. So journeyacademycolorado.com /coaching, and you can read about each of our life coaches, and you can read about some of the workshops and life coach groups that we plan to test this summer with your help. So we are just really excited about that. Now, these 2 areas of disruptive education and disruptive mental health and soul care, we have an awesome opportunity to merge those this fall. And I want to direct you to the work of a psychiatrist called Dr. Bruce Perry. He is one of my personal heroes. He's the author of a few different books. Born for Love is one of them. What Happened to You is another. And the third is The Boy Who Was Raised as a Dog. And he is specialized in childhood trauma and building healing communities around trauma. So Dr. Perry has done a bit of his own disruptive innovation when it comes to counseling and trauma and soul care. And he is a big proponent of building what he calls healing communities. And he has this beautiful story in one of his books of a boy who was raised in a Russian orphanage. And he came to America, was adopted around 3 or 4 years of age, and had severe trauma based on just some really severe neglect at crucial times in his life. And Dr. Perry had counseled him, and he was under his care, and they looked into medication, and they weren't having any success. And he tells this story, and the chapter is called The Kindness of Children, and I'll actually post a PDF of it. But he tells the story of the school that this little boy went to. And Dr. Perry realized that an hour a week and medication wasn't going to help heal this little boy's brain from the trauma, that he needed connection to clan and community that could help heal the trauma and teach him how to find his identity and his significance in his community. So Dr. Perry tells this beautiful story of the 26 kids in this little boy's elementary classroom and how he educated them and showed them how connection to humans and healing communities can heal trauma way better than psychiatrists and medication can. And so he equipped them to circle around this little boy and become his healing community. And over the course of the 9 months of their school year, Dr. Perry tells a story how these children were able to do a healing work that Dr. Perry could never do on his own. And even the parents alone couldn't do that, because this young boy needed a healing community to surround him. And in many ways, that's what we believe the calling of Journey Academy is, to build healing communities through both our learning studios and our Life Coach Center and our life coaching staff, so that we can see people's lives transformed. And that comes through children and teenagers receiving transformation from the healing power of community, as well as you as parents who are trying so hard to raise countercultural children in a society that makes it really difficult for you. And it is our vision, our dream, our joy to come alongside you and have groups of fathers that are encouraging each other, groups of mothers, mixed groups of parents, so that we can build these transformative healing communities and reimagine education and soul care for all of our benefit. So there's a little bit of a sneak peek of some of the big dreams that are in our heart to accomplish. I know we're going to have trials along the way. I know that there will be times as a community that we might feel like we fail each other, but we know that some of that conflict makes us stronger. We know that failure is progress, and we believe in dreaming big dreams for God and taking big adventures on this hero's journey that we're on. So thank you so much if you've stuck with me all this while. Thank you for hearing our heart, hearing our vision, and we just are really looking forward to integrating about another 10, 12 families into the Journey Academy community, continuing on with the families who are already with us, and seeing what great adventures God has for all of us as we both reimagine education and reimagine soul care for ourselves and for our families. So again, thank you so much for joining us on this journey, for trusting us, for persevering with us, and for forgiving us when you need to. We are so grateful for you. So on behalf of the Board of Directors and all the staff of Journey Academy, thank you so much for a fabulous year. All right, bye-bye.